Chris, what mistakes are you seeing people make at the moment in the property market?
Look, we put something out to about 10,000 of our email subscribers a while ago saying, what's your biggest regret? And I reckon 9.5 out of 10 said, I wish I bought more. Either I bought nothing or I should have bought more 10 years ago. So I think that really is the biggest mistake. And as you say, is there's so much information. So when I started at the age of 22, there was no books. Like Robert Kiyosaki almost wasn't invented. No one had heard of him. Like the Rich Dad Poor Dad, who was really the god of wealth creation from day one. But there was no TV programs, no magazines, no nothing. And so everyone was kind of self-taught in those days. And it was really, really hard. Then we had all of these seminars and I'm trying to think the big shows at like Darling Harbour about property, and everyone started getting educated. Now we've got 1,000,001 TV shows, and people just get so much information. Just like you were saying before, it's really hard because you ask 10 people, you get 10 different opinions. And of course, there's all the armchair experts that they don't know anything themselves, but they're an expert. And you go into some of these, I'm part of some of these Facebook chats on property just to see what people are talking about. And it's ridiculous. You put something up saying, oh, should I go fixed or variable? And there's 100 comments, and people are saying with the surety as if they're like the head of the Bank of kind of the Australian kind of regulatory body, saying, no, you've got to do this. I'm very much a thing of, well, you could do this, or you could do that. I never tell anyone what to do, and I'm supposedly one of these experts, but I still don't dictate that this is the only way to go. So I think the main thing is obviously get some knowledge, because there is a lot of sharks in property, and there's so much money involved. If you make a 10% mistake, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars. But at the same time, you've got to jump in. You're never going to get 100% knowledge. I haven't got 100% knowledge. And generally, the good thing is with property is if you make a mistake, as long as you can hold on, time generally heals most of those wounds. So whatever you bought 10 years ago, as long as it wasn't maybe a mining town or something like really far out like that, chances are you've still made money. So I'm always a fan of buy when you've got the money to buy. When the banks lend it to you, effectively, if you can buy it on valuation, but more importantly, when you've got the cash buffer to hold on for the short to medium term so that you're never forced to sell it. And I think it's hard to go too far wrong with those kind of strategies.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the ability to hold for the long term, if you need to, even if you don't necessarily want to, in entering into the investment or strategy, goes a long way to protecting your downside. Because a lot of people, I think, again, it's a bit of a romantic notion that they want to buy, flip, sell, or buy into a rising market, or maybe renovate or do something. But if you know that you have to sell to do other things that you want, then the market might not be in your favor when it gets to that point. But yeah, I think I would also agree with that comment around how adamant people are. I think property probably even more so than other money strategies that people talk about. Why you should absolutely definitely do this and all this stuff. And it's just like, guys, there's a lot of different ways to be right here. That I think because people are so forceful with that stuff, it makes people a bit gun shy and sort of contributes a lot to that hesitation around people actually pulling the trigger, which is obviously the key to getting the results and building that momentum.